Yes. So we start. Tanmay, you see the live stream link, right?
Yes, it's working.
So we start. Friends, I am Manabendranath Bera, an activist of Breakthrough Science Society. Breakthrough Science Society is a voluntary science organization. So we start. Work to inculcate, just a minute, there's some. Tanmay, you see the live stream. Yes. Let me start once again. So I'm Manabendranath Bera, an activist of Breakthrough Science Society, a voluntary science organization, work to inculcate and develop scientific temperament and to save science, education, and research in India. Today, across the nation, people of all ages are taking to the street day after day, demanding justice for Abhaya, a junior lady doctor who has been raped and murdered while on duty at Arjikar Medical College and Hospital in Kolkata. On the eve of 78th Independence Day, thousands of women were occupying the streets at midnight, fighting for their safety and freedom all across India. We have never witnessed anything like this before. Not even during our freedom struggle do we find such event was necessary. This is not just about Abhaya of Arjikar. This fight for justice is also for countless rapes and murders occurring every day across the country, and it is now intrinsically connected and linked to Abhaya's incident. As I mentioned, this is not an isolated occurrence. The crime and atrocities on women are increasing every day. Just to give you the dismal picture of the society we are living in, I share some information. Hopefully you can see my slides. Can anyone confirm?
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Obviously, this particular discussion would be to strengthen the movement that is ongoing on the streets of Kolkata, West Bengal, and all over the country, justice for Arjikar. But as I mentioned, this is connected to many such incidents happening. Just to give you an idea, in India, there is one rape case reported every 16 minutes. In 2022, there had been more than 31,000 rape cases reported. And you know that in India, many such incidents happens where the women don't find themselves safe to report even. And here are the numbers, as you can see. The maximum actually coming from, this is the report coming from 2022. The most actually coming from Rajasthan. Then comes to Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra. In West Bengal, for example, in 2022, there had been 1,111 cases reported. In Kerala, 814 rape cases reported. And that's not all actually. In fact, the number, as you can see, that this is not just the picture we are having for 2022, but the picture was no good even in 2013 till 2019. Unfortunately, in India, we don't have all these data and reports available always. And as you can imagine, that many of the cases are not reported. That means such cases are occurring in lakhs. If you look what happened after this infamous incident of Delhi gang rape happened in 16 December 2012, the reported case has been increased. Here, the number on the y-axis is the reported case against sexual violences happening for 10 lakh female. And now you can compare India having 140 crore people, that means almost 50% of the population, how these numbers will grow. And if you look at these rape incidents happening across different ages. Obviously, the major share is here within the age group of 18 to 30. And what is remarkable is that even the young girls, kids below 6 years old are not spared. Women of age more than 60, 70, 80 are not even spared. So this is actually the picture which tells us there is something seriously wrong happening in our society. Here you see another statistics. It says the crime against women, that is there in lakhs. And rapes and murders, as you can see in 2017, it was 223. 2018, it is 291. And crime against children also you can see in lakhs. And here another profile to show that the incidence of sexual offenses happening against children is also exponentially increasing as we go on. Another thing, another offense and violence that we often don't talk about, that is called marital rape in India. Husband rapes wife. This is the situation. And as you can see, this particular diagram actually tells that how these things are happening. 82% of marital rapes are done by husbands. So this is the situation. And what is unfortunate is that in India, marital rapes are not even recognized as crime by law. So that means you, by law, allow these marital rapes to happen. And if you look at the numbers that we have, totaling all the crimes happening against women, you see this is the data coming, these are the data coming from NCRB records, and it is steadily increasing. In fact, there are 42 cases reported every hour in 2020, and in 2022, it increased to 51 cases reported every hour. So this is the situation we are facing. Obviously, the question keeps arising in our mind. Why has the ethics, morality, values of today's youth fallen to such a low level? Why are there so many rapists and murderers in this very country? The British colonial ruler could not succeed in corrupting the character of India's youth, nor could they turn humans into inhuman beings. But why are today's rulers, the governments, are able to do so? How can they adopt tactics to dehumanize the society we are living in? To explore the causes and ways to find solutions, we have Dr. Biplab Chandra with us today. Dr. Chandra is a medical doctor and alumni of R.G. Kar Medical College and Hospital. He is also the State Secretary and National Level Assistant Secretary of Medical Service Center, which is a voluntary organization by medical professionals, nurses, health workers, and all those involved with medical science and practices, and work to uphold the right for health and develop movements against unethical practices of medical science. With this, I invite Dr. Biplab Chandra to start the discussion. Meanwhile, I request all of you to keep your mic muted. If you have some questions, obviously we will take up at the end of the discussion by Dr. Biplab Chandra. You can write these questions on the chat box. Thank you very much. Dr. Biplab Chandra, please.
Thank you, Manav. Thank you, all the organizers of Breakthrough Science Society. I must appreciate the organizers of Breakthrough Science Society abroad to organize this type of discussion, which is very, very relevant today. And of course, it's a big social issue. Manav has given a very brilliant introduction. I myself, Dr. Biplab Chandra, on behalf of Medical Service Center, already Manav said that it is a national level socio-medical voluntary organization. We are working almost 25 states all over the country, India. Just to start with, today's discussion is heartbreaking for me because I am also the alumni of RG Medical College. I was the medicos of 1998. That means since 1998, I'm very much emotionally attached with my medical school, medical college. It's a famous medical college all over the country, that is RG Medical College. It has been established before independence. However, probably you all know that on 9th of August late night, the heinous incident of rape and murder of our beloved sister, lady junior doctor, just when she was doing her duty, almost more than 30 hours duty was ongoing. She was just taking rest after 2:30 a.m. on that night of 9th August in a rest room. Though it is needless to say that in most of the medical colleges, hospitals in our country, there is no proper rest room for the medicos. So in the seminar room, she was taking rest inside a busy hospital in the heart of the Calcutta city. She was brutally raped and murdered. Today, 1st of September, already 23 days passed till today. We did not get any justice. Over did not get justice. Her parents are crying. People of Kolkata, West Bengal, throughout India, and even abroad, very much aggrieved, very much dissatisfied that even today, after 23 days, we did not get justice. So people want justice. We all know that justice delayed, justice denied. There is complete failure of Kolkata police. Kolkata police is famous throughout the world for its expertise, but in such incidences, they are completely failed. CBI till today, they did not find out anything. Only one culprit, we do not know at all, is involved in this phenomena, or how much he is involved, we do not know. People are saying that it could be that he became scapegoat. We are waiting forward for the next hearing on 5th of September in the apex court of India, that is Supreme Court. Today, Archikar is famous, rather ill-famous worldwide for this brutal incident, which is unheard of throughout the country. Same to all of us. 9th August morning, when I was busy in my ward round in my hospital, Calcutta Heart Clinic Hospital, is a society-run hospital, non-profit earning, small hospital in the Kolkata city. Just after hearing this shocking news, myself and some of my friends rushed to Archikar. There I had seen hundreds of junior doctors, mainly the lady doctors, nurses gathered in front of that seminar room where the body of Abhay was left out. They were crying The doctors, their colleagues were crying, they were shouting. Myself and our medical service center friends, we suggested the colleagues of Abhaya that you must demand magistrate inquest because we cannot depend on the police inquiry or post-mortem by the government-run medical college. So magistrate inquest in presence of a judicial magistrate, it is more and more transparent, we think, but nothing is 100%, we must admit. But the college authorities, ruling party leaders, were trying to suppress the whole thing. They were propagating that it is nothing but a suicide. And even the parents of Abhaya were informed that it is a case of suicide. Just imagine a young lady, a doctor, was lying, multiple cut injury, multiple bruises, abrasions all over the body. The genitalia was completely torn off. And even seeing everything, they are saying that it's the case of suicide. So we demanded, no, we must not admit it, a case of suicide. We must not accept it. We must demand for magistrate inquest. Finally, after magistrate inquest and post-mortem done in the evening, we came to know that it's a clear-cut case of rape and murder. And we have seen from the magistrate inquest report and PM report that it is not done by a single person. This is done by a group of persons, so more than one person is involved. We are thinking that, of course, some persons which are insider of the hospital, of the medical college, must be involved, because nobody can enter in that time inside the medical college, and it is very much nearby to the nursing station and chest medicine ward. So there must be some insiders to be involved in this whole phenomena. Behind this incident, we also know that a nexus of corruption is occurring very much. And we know that for the last many years, we are observing that corruption, unethical practices are going on almost in all medical colleges and hospitals in West Bengal and also in many states of India. We came to know over the last many years that poor quality of medicine and poor quality of saline, life-saving medicines are also purchased, even due to compromise in the quality of the life-saving medicines. Life of the patients are becoming at stake. Even in medical curriculum, medical education, pass-fail in the exam also depends on money, how much money you are paying to the ruling party, union leaders. And you may get honors marks, you may also get gold medal in medicine, surgery by giving money, by by influencing the ruling party doctors and union. And even the principal, the head of the institution of the Archikor is very much involved in this whole phenomena. People are suspecting. Even today, after knowing everything, our government is not suspended him till today, and even not being arrested by state police or by central police. Nobody could touch him. So much so influential he is. So other than this, transfer, posting, promotion of a doctor, of a medical profession, also dictated by the doctors, leaders of the ruling party. This is a very shameful phenomena which is going on every day for the last many years. If you are going to protest, then you will be threatened, harassed. Our organization, Medical Service Center, not only in Kolkata, but also all over the Bengal and India, we are protesting against this type of corruption. So there is a phenomena of criminalization of medical education and health. So its social impact, long run impact is very, very worst. So from this environment, a doctor, whenever you get a doctor, that doctor must not be ethical. This is a social issue also. So the society at large will be suffered. Few months ago, there was a corruption, big scam in MBBS entrance examination. Probably we all know by this time. There was a corruption of more than thousands of crores of rupees. Even there is a scam in postgraduate MD and MS entrance examination. So in almost every state, corruption and malpractice became the order of the day. From the very beginning of medical life, students are taught selfishness, addiction. Their addiction is promoted. How to? They are only taught how to gain more and more money by practicing medicine. Drinks, pornography, and ragging is encouraged not only by the students' union or some ruling political parties, but also it is encouraged by the administration, which is very much influenced by the political party, irrespective of their color, irrespective of their banner. As an organization, we try to propagate the thoughts of great men in medical science and other scientists, Renesha people. Sometimes we try to involve the medical students, junior doctors in medical camps in slum area, in poor area, to keep our conscience alive. In my opinion, we have to know why our society is being degraded like anything. Cultural, ethical standards are falling every day, everywhere. It's a global phenomenon. It is not the only issue of West Bengal or Kolkata or India. I believe that this phenomena is going on in everywhere. Of course, the phenomena is not similar everywhere. The degree is varying from country to country, from states to states. Actually, we must accept that in current economic system, what is the motive of production? The motive of production is maximization of the profit. Do we accept it or not? It is the phenomena. It is the phenomena. So, the cultural and ethical standards are falling every day, everywhere. So, where this motive operates, there must be corruption, there must be oppression. So, where there is the motive of maximization of the profit, there must be the motives of corruption and oppression. I am not going into detail, but as my opinion, it is evident. There is vast disparity in economic strata we must accept, especially in third world countries and especially in India. The rich are becoming richer, poor are becoming poorer. This is the phenomena. To suppress the outrage, protest of suffering people, the oppressed people, the ruler being the representatives of these billionaires, rich persons, are not only becoming autocratic, ruthless, but also they're trying to dehumanize common people, common people so that people cannot protest. So the character of the people cannot be built up. So they're propagating wine, they are propagating porn movies, they are propagating uncultural things to degrade our cultural, ethical, moral standard. And also, this society is encouraging consumeristic culture among us. Now the fatherhood of freedom movement, Renaissance movement is almost absent. Especially I can say the phenomena in India. People are becoming isolated. Joint family concept, which we have seen in our childhood days, completely absent. 99% cases, the joint family are destroyed. For this psychological aberration, depression, perversion becoming rampant among the common people inside the society. So suicide, depression is a common phenomenon nowadays. We must admit. Another thing we have to accept that unscientific thoughts in day-to-day life, even in the textbook, in the syllabi, they are propagating. Who are propagating? The rulers are propagating. Whoever they are, the rulers are propagating this type of unscientific thoughts. We are discussing about AI. We are very much, very much comfortable with using the technologies of science. But what about scientific bent of mind? With the same time, we are discussing about the drinking of milk by Lord Ganesh, stem cell theory. We must know that in India, these are very much popular. Stem cell theory in Mahabharata, taking of cow dung and cow urine, which is very much effective in the treatment of COVID. It was propagated by the Union government in India. So how ridiculous is this? The research on cow urine is going on in All India Institute of Medical Science, AIMS, Delhi. You cannot imagine. If you go through the website of All India Medical Science, All India Institute of Medical Science, Delhi, you see that superstitious, unscientific thoughts are being propagated. The seminars on spiritualism is going on almost every month. You will get more and more money, more and more gifts from the institute if you are involved in this research work like cow urine, cow dung, etc. As a man of science, we have to judge every phenomena scientifically. We have to know the cause and effect relationship of every phenomenon. Why this is being happen, we have to judge. Why 1% will have everything but 99% will not get anything. Though this 99% is responsible for every production in the society, but they are not the owner of anything. We have to inquire why 25 crores of people are starving every day. They are not getting one square meal in a day, every day. So we have to inquire why every day 90 women, 85 to 90 women are being raped. Why 7,000 of children are dying daily due to malnutrition in India? Why 59% of women are anemic in pregnancy? So we have to raise our question and we have to correlate. We have to know the cause and effect relationship of every phenomenon so that we can get the proper answer. On the other hand, only more than 5,000 of crores of rupees were expensed in a marriage ceremony of a businessman's son's marriage. So, can you imagine? 50 crores of rupees of watch was used by Mukesh Ambani's son. So, this is our India. So, India is not a single India. India is divided into two. So, India, 1% of people, and India is 99% of people. So, friends, call of the hour is to study scientifically our society. We have to study the society scientifically. It's inner problem, inner contradiction. Accordingly, we have to act. It is not for the scholasticism. We are discussing today not to be a scholastic, not to be not that we are a scholar. So we have every right to discuss. No, we have to know so that we can act properly for the sake of the society. Only then we will be happy, we will be satisfied in our life. We'll get a dignified life by protesting against injustice. Otherwise, I am seeing my elite friends, those who have earned enough money in their life by practicing medicine. I am seeing my patients, even rickshaw puller, the daily wage earners are my patients, and also the elite class of people also are my patients. But the elite friends and elite patients, they are not happy at all. Always they are unhappy. We have to think of social changes. How society is being changed from the primitive clan society to today's modern society. We have to know how this society has been changed. What is the social science operating behind it? We do not know whether we will get justice or not. We do not know. Personally, I also do not know whether we will get justice or not. Because in 2001, one of our batchmates in Archikar Medical College, whose name I can remember, Soumitra, he was also, when we were in third year MBBS student, he was also murdered inside the hostel of same medical college. But it was declared as a suicide. We all knew that it is not a case of suicide. But till today, the Soumitra's mother, father did not get justice. We fought against this injustice. Our organization fought against it, but till today, no court, no police given the proper justice. But one thing is appreciable that people are coming to the states, taking to the states, raising their voices, ignoring threats from the rulers. It's a very much positive thing, positive indication. So we have to take this positive thing. People from all walks of life are thinking that without protesting, without raising our hands against injustice, we cannot survive. This is a phenomenon, believe me. On 14th of August, which Manavendra already mentioned, not only in Kolkata, throughout the Bengal, and also in many states in India, lakhs of people, especially the women, they are taken to the streets. They protested just on the eve of our freedom. Sorry. Another few things we could notice that people are saying no state government, no police department, even our Supreme Court, Apex Court may not give justice. All are because all are trying to save the culprits. So people are saying that the people's movement is the only answer. So we have to think over it also. People are saying that people's movement, we have to be united, irrespective of political colors. On 4th of September, my appeal to all of you, night Indian time from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Our beloved junior doctors, those who are protesting since 9th of August, the appeal that on that day of 4th of September, at that particular time from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., please, everybody, everywhere in the country and abroad, wherever it is possible, just switch off your light at your home or office for a few minutes only and lit on the candle or switch on your mobile torch. Or if it is possible, please come out in the street with a poster, just keeping on the poster that justice for Oha, justice for all, or maybe justice for Arjikar, and just post this event in the social media in solidarity for the justice for all and justice for all. I appeal all of you to make success this program on 4th of September, because on the just very day after this 4th of September, that is on 5th September, the third hearing in the Supreme Court on this phenomena. So let's see what happens. But we have to build a long-term mighty mass movement to prevent this type of phenomena. As a man of science, we have to take this responsibility to save our society, to save our family, to save our daughter, our sisters, our wives, our lovers. Because if we can earn money, if we are staying in a home, keeping locked in situation, we can use even bulletproof car also. But if we cannot change the society from inside, from within, we cannot prevent this type of phenomena, because it's a social disease. So we have to change our society in a right way. This is call of the hour. Thank you all. Again, I'm thanking Breakthrough Science and Science Society. If you have any question, you can ask me. I shall try to answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Biplab Chandra. Obviously, as our audience can follow, that our motive of this discussion is to find out the causes, obviously without undermining the ongoing movement for justice that is already happening in the streets of Kolkata and other parts of country. So far, what we understand is that the root cause of this phenomena to be on rise is the degradation of ethics, morality, and human values in the society. So can I ask, and I would like to open the floor to all of you for discussion and question, so that we try to understand all together what may be the causes. And obviously, the moment we understand the causes behind all these wrongdoings happening, possibly we will find out even some ways out. So may I point out, or maybe I ask or add in that sense, see how we develop our ethics, morality, and culture. Obviously, education plays an important role there. Do you have any point to say that in today's time, our education system is failed to inculcate, impart minimum level of ethics, morality, and values that can view a fellow human being as human being, a woman with dignity, a woman not as an object of pleasure? Do you have anything to say in this context, Dr. Chandra?
Yes, ma'am. We all know that in our education system, especially in case of India, I can say that the ruler, they are trying to suppress the life struggle of great personalities of freedom movement, of Renaissance movement, and the pioneers of science in the past. Because if we do not know the struggle of these great personalities, so how can we improve our character? How can we build up a character? So it is not possible, number one. So number two, in the course curriculum, there is no scope for proper social outlook, social activity. It is also very much absent. One example I can say, when I was a student of third MBBS, probably or second MBBS in Arjikar Medical College, I was staying in a hostel. One day, we are observed the birthday of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, the great freedom fighter of Indian freedom movement. And on that day, that time, it is probably 2001, the ruling party students organizers, they came and they asked why we are observing this type of a day. Who allowed us? Whether the hostel superintendent allowed us? Is there any letter from him? We told that no, it's a very common thing. Netaji's birthday is very popular. So as a student, we must observe. And on that day, they beaten us even. And after a few days, we rushed to our hostel superintendent to tell him that as a superintendent, you are not doing anything in the hostel because in some rooms in the hostel, the students are taking alcohol almost every day, especially in the weekend. They are enjoying the pornographic movies, and they are also bragging other students. And on that day, our superintendent, medical superintendent, he's also a doctor. He said that no, it is their personal choice. As they are adult, they can take alcohol, they can enjoy any movie. So I am not anybody to obstruct them. This is the approach. So in our system, this approach is going on. So the system is encouraging to inculcate these bad, evil things, but not to inculcate the good things. Number two. Number three, the scientific bent of mind is very much destroyed because in syllabus, in course curriculum, the unscientific things are introduced every day. This is also a very serious thing. We have to think of it. So by this way, and also whenever we are encouraging the medical students, nursing students, that you must go to the slum area, the villages, to treat the poor patients so that they can get help from us. But the college administration, hospital administrations, they are very much discouraging this type of activity. They are saying that no, you should not go with them. So this type of contradiction is going on every day. So we have to fight against this type of phenomena. So this is the fault in the education system. And you know that National Education Policy, NEP 2020, they plan to destroy the scientific education system and the character building mode of education system. They have been they are trying to destroy everything, and this is their well thought out program so that people cannot think properly. If we can dehumanize the youth, if we can dehumanize the students, then the ruler, the oppressor, they can do anything, but no protest will happen. This is their plan, I think.
Well, I may add to that even is that in today's time, the education has been made just to make a career, just by concerning oneself with one goal, that get a job. Whether the education to make a student human being, it's called man-making character building process. I think this entire part is now absent in our education system. So whenever they are educated, they have very little social concern, very little compassion towards fellow human being. And I think because of that, the mindset has been something like, if I individually feel good, happy, pleasure, then I am allowed to do anything what I want. And obviously, in these incidents, particularly rape and murder and atrocities on women, actually this mindset also works, that I am happy, I'm getting pleased. So there is nothing in me, in my mind, restricting to not do such a heinous action or activity. So I think this careeristic approach, without imparting any humanistic values, through our education is obviously one of the responsible aspect. Another part, if I look at in the society, there are two things I see. One is obviously the patriarchal mindset, mostly originating from our feudalistic hangover, right? On the other side, I see women's are projected as an object of pleasure. Women bodies are projected as commodities. If you look at the movies, nowadays there is something, every movie there is a song called item song. If you look at what they want to project, is it the womenhood they want to project? So with this, they want to attract more and more viewers of their movie so that they can earn money. So on one side, women's and their bodies are used as commodity to maximize the profit of the movie makers or other. For example, in the advertise, you see, for no reason, women bodies are kind of displayed. This is one side. On the other side, I see patriarchy. Because if you look at this marital rape, which is not recognized in India, obviously, even it is not recognized by the apex Supreme Court. It only indicates that even our judges, even whether there are some women judges there, they are also victim of this patriarchal mindset, which is barring them to recognize that marital rape is a crime. So in that sense, can you also not say a few words on these two directions that obviously on the cultural front, apart from our education, the way women are being treated by the corporate sector and also by our old mindset and the society are obviously responsible for this kind of heinous crime, brutal rape and murders? Dr. Chandra.
What's your question? Once again.
I think commoditization of women body.
Yes.
And projecting them as object of pleasure. Is it not responsible? Because in many cases, what we see.
Of course. Because whenever you are projecting a woman as a commodity, so not only in cinema but also in the advertisement, the way of life also, as an advertisement in of a perfume, of a body spray. In this advertisement, it has been seen that if you particularly use this type of body spray or perfume, then your girlfriend will accompany you. So this type of dehumanizing thing is going on in advertising and everywhere. Number two, one question came in chat box. Why, how this differences in income, disparity in income is helping this this type of incidents of rape and other things. So of course there is a relationship, because I already told that in today's days, the mode of production is to make maximum profit. So maximization of the profit is the mode of any production. Whenever we are producing anything in the factory, we are thinking about that how much profit we will gain from this, and this type of industries are encouraged. And in this way, to maximize the profit, even in the education industry, even in the medical health industry also, especially in India, to maximize the profit, everything is oriented. So to maximize the profit, there must be some corruption, because nowadays people cannot buy whatever they want. So the producer, so the owner, they cannot sell their production properly. So to maximize their profit, they have to do some corruption. So with this corruption, some malpractice, some unethical practice is going on every day. So this unethical practice invites this type of inhuman or malpractice, inhuman activities, malpractice, and aberration, some aberration in human mind is also being inculcated. In this way, I think that corruption breeds this type of phenomena very much. You know that in Arjikar Medical College, in particular field, the principal, the vice principal, the chairman of the Rogi Kollan Samiti of this medical college, they were running a racket of corruption. They were purchasing medicines of very low quality. Even they were purchasing saline, some life-saving drugs also with very low quality but at a high cost. In Arjikar Medical College, in gynae and obstetrics ward, the mothers, after just giving their giving delivery, after delivery, the mothers were dying for last few years. Why? Now we came to know that they were given some very poor qualities of medicine just after delivery, or some poor quality of saline IV fluid. For this, many mothers died just after giving birth to their children. This is a very sad thing. But inquiry happened, but truth not revealed. This is this type of phenomena. So our Abhaya, probably she came to know this type of racket, corruption, drug racket, and everything. As because she knew some phenomena, to stop these, to prevent her, to stop her voice, probably she was raped and murdered. This phenomena occurred, I think.
Okay,
If,
thank you.
if there is any
Yes.
lady audience, I request if you have any anything, if you have to say anything, please. What is your feeling? What you are saying after knowing this type of phenomena? It is not that today you are knowing, but since 9th of August, probably you know many things. So please speak out.
If anyone wants to ask question directly, please come forward. If there are some girl participants, obviously you are encouraged. Yes. Well, meanwhile, maybe I can call up Anit Mandal. Anit Mandal, you had a question on the chat box. Can you please place it directly?
Good evening, everybody. My question is, why are authorities lenient and not strict regarding wrong practices by students in colleges, such as ragging, alcohol consumption, and so on? Is this kind of leniency also contributing towards tendency for absence of conscience and occurrence of crimes like rape?
Yes, yes. As because the authorities are very much involved in this racket. The principal, superintendent, they are practicing, they are malpracticing with the help of students, with the help of some doctors, even with the help of some nurses also. And so they are allowing this ragging, and they are allowing taking alcohol and enjoying pornography in the hostels. So they are allowing everything so that they can continue their malpractice in the medical colleges, hospitals, everywhere. It is not that in every medical college, but many medical colleges and hospitals, this phenomena is going on. Because there is a people are saying that it is a syndicate. Syndicate is going on. Syndicate is comprising of the principal, the head of institute, the vice principal, some students, some junior doctors, and some professors, some group D staffs. So comprising all these persons, they are running this syndicate.
Yeah, just to add to that, what Dr. Chandra says to Anit, yes, it does have implications, in particularly to have absence of conscience and occurrence of crimes like rape. Just to give you a statistics, particularly, almost or more than 85% of rape and murder cases, if you look at the victims, they are either drugged or intoxicated, alcohol consumption, and because of that. And obviously, you understand that once a person is intoxicated, they have less control over these animal-like instincts over which they have less control. And on top of that, their physical urges are kind of amplified with the proliferation of these pornographic films and such kinds. So essentially, if you look at the cases and study statistically, we will find most of the culprits, the criminals, are also coming from a background where they regularly look at wrong films, bad films. They are either drugged or intoxicated. So obviously it has a connection. Okay. So
one statistics, Madhav, I can tell you within 1 minute. 20 years back, the then health minister of our state of West Bengal, he told that we have to earn more money, we have to earn more taxes to sell more and more liquor. And the present chief minister, she became very happy when the sale of liquor is being increasing. She is very happy that we are gaining money, and from this money we can run the state easily. So just think, by selling liquor in a state, they are telling that in this way we can earn money. So this is the approach. So this is the approach. And on the other thing is, on the other hand, also, it is their long-term design. This is to dehumanize, what Madhu said, that to dehumanize the common people, to make them inhuman, so that by them inhuman activities can be done. So this is phenomenal.
yes, thank you. Anyone, a female participant who wants to ask some question or even to add, please come forward. See, obviously, what we are talking about is atrocities and violence against women, but we men are also equally part of this entire phenomena. But again, being a girl and women, you face it directly. And it would be really great if you come up with some question. Please, Ipsita. Ipsita.
Hi, thank you, Dr. Chandru, for the talk. I have this question because you mentioned multiple times that the consumption of alcohol and these movies might be a main cause behind this. But also we know, like, in many Western countries, probably it is a common practice to consume alcohol because of weather condition or whatever, etc. So I just wanted to know if there is any connection between, like, the specific, like, the culture of our country versus this alcohol consumption behind this.
So if I rephrase the question, it is like saying in Europe or America, obviously people drink a lot.
Yes, yes.
Even after that, we don't see that much of atrocities and violence against women compared to what we see in India. And it is why.
You are very much correct, Ipsita. It is not the only cause behind this phenomena. The next most important cause is there is no punishment of the culprits. This is most important. We must have to admit. That's why I mentioned that in 2001, one of our batchmate was murdered, but till today, the culprits, they did not arrested. The rape and murder cases are going on every day in India. 90 cases per day it is happening. But only in few cases, the punishment is being given. So if there is no stringent punishment against this type of heinous act, so how this type of phenomena we can prevent? So this is also the very important cause behind this. Number three, the cultural standard of the people are becoming lower and lower every day. It is also the design of the ruler, so that they are trying to dehumanize the people through their education system, so that the cultural standard of the common masses, common people are decreasing. Whenever anybody protesting against any injustice, they are harassed, they are even arrested, they are given punishment. But those who are doing this injustice, they are not being arrested, or they are not being uh, given any punishment. So this is also the very important thing. And the attitude of Indian population, patriarchal, in the patriarchal society, the attitude to the women is not good. We are not inculcating the thoughts of great Vidyasagar. We are not nurturing the thoughts of Sharat Chandra Chattopadhyay. We are not inculcating the thoughts of Subhash Chandra Bose. We are not inculcating the thoughts of Madame Curie, Einstein. So we are just ignoring these people, these great personalities nowadays. This is also the phenomena. And the economic crisis also indirectly, economic instability also indirectly linked with this type of phenomena, I think, because as the people are not economically stable, everything became unstable, and people are trying to gain money like a machine. So a machine can do any bad thing. So a machine doesn't have any mind, doesn't have any heart. So whenever a man is trying to survive by making money only, so he or he became like a machine. So he just at the weekend he's taking alcohol, he's going to disco or pub, is just taking a human body for amusement, for relaxation only. There is no such other thing they are thinking. This is the phenomenon. If you want to add anything, if anybody, you can add.
Yes, actually, the point is that I think what you have mentioned is the most important one. The way we look at women, obviously in Europe and America, is different. And it is obviously ingrained in our patriarchal mindset. There we recognize women as more a human being rather than an object of pleasure. So I think this humanistic, secular humanistic cultural values that we terribly lack in Indian society.
Probably
Yes,
Ankita is trying to say.
yes, Sangeeta actually raised a hand earlier.
Yes, yes.
Ankita, can you wait a bit? Sangeeta
Yeah.
Datta?
Okay. Shall I ask Manavendra or
Yes,
shall I
wait.
wait?
Wait,
Okay.
Yes.
I will call up. Sangeeta Datta?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, so in this regard, thank you, Dr. Chandra, for your nice talk and also to you for the great statistic you have shown to us. So it is very unfortunate that like I live in Sweden and since 9th of August, like every day in 5 minutes, every 5 minutes, I used to scroll the news and see that whether any positive news is coming or not. So it's actually devastated all of us around the world. So here my question is that if we generally used to think that the root of the cause is very deep, like we don't have any sex education in our most of the government aided school or government school, and there they don't teach us or that what is sex education or how you can think of woman equally as a man. So we generally used to hide various things among boys and girls from the beginning. But then when this Arjikor came, then if we are not sure that who are the culprits behind, and if they are the so-called uneducated people or they are the educated people. So if they are the educated people and they know what what is the behind, and even they are doing this crime, then like how can we diminish this from the root, because they are already aware of the things and they are not so-called uneducated people. So can you please say something on this, that what do you think the root of this and how we can do something better?
Yes, Shungita, you are correctly saying that probably the educated persons are involved. Mostly they are educated person because in a medical college, inside the medical college, of course, at that time, only the doctors, only the medical staffs can be allowed inside the hospital. And it is not the open place for the patient party also, patient relatives also. And in many cases, we came to know that the educated, so-called educated person, though I don't think that they are properly educated persons, so-called educated person they are doing. Actually, this is the standard of their culture. And to prevent this type of phenomena, we have to build up movement, awareness among the people. We have to organize people in all walks of life. The students should be united, the nurses should be united, all sort of people should be united against this type of heinous act. Wherever this type of incident occur, the people must protest, and also they raise their voice. They will not suppress anything, because already Manu said that in many cases the people they try to suppress. The colleagues suggest that you do not utter this type of phenomena to anybody. You just keep it in yourself. So we have to protest against this type of phenomena. We have to inculcate the life of great personalities. We have to be involved in social activities, because whenever a man or a woman is not involved in social activities, is not taking part in social movement, he or she cannot build up his character. So this is the main thing. So of course, sex education may help, but I don't think that this is the only remedy. The remedy is to, from the very beginning, you have to inculcate the lives and struggles of great personalities. The students from their childhood, they have to be involved in social activities, and with this, they will try to give honor to their daughter, to their sister, to their friends. Everywhere they will give honor. I think that this is the only way.
Thank you, Dr. Chandra. And actually, Shangita, just to add, sex education is meant to just tell you how to have safe sex, nothing more than that. Actually, having an education system that will inculcate ethics, morality, and values that is absent entirely from our education system, let alone sex education. So it's not going to solve. What Dr. Chandra says is essentially the point. By the way, we can take at most 2 or 3 questions. So I would like to end with Deve's questions, and maybe Abhishek, I will come to you later on in some other occasion or maybe differently, or I will pass your question to Dr.
Probably
Chandra.
Ankita was trying to say anything.
Yes, I'm coming to that. So Ankita, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chandra. It was a very nice beginning by Manavendra and you. So I think my questions are more or less covered from exactly what Sangeeta was trying to say, and also Deves asked in the chat box. So along with all these problems of economy and patriarchy, sex education, I think what Manavendra, you are trying to say, sex education is about having safe sex, but also it's important to clearly discuss about the biology or the human anatomy to both girls and boys, because it's very evident in our society that we girls are not supposed to discuss certain things in front of boys or in front of your male colleagues, in front of your male co-workers and all. And from the very childhood, which I think is very much missing in our society, in our families, we are like kind of treating our daughters and sons in a very different way. And from very early age, we are not teaching our kids, both girls and sons or boys, that look at each other in terms of a human being, or equally means equally in terms of all, like uh, uh, physical strength, mental strength, respect, honor, everything equally, rather than just looking at a girl as a just as a girl or a kind of pleasure, like as you were discussing, the object of pleasure. So all these ideas are somehow very much ingrained in our society, along with all these educational systems like sex education or human anatomy are not very clearly discussed or explained to all the students, both girls and boys. So can you please kind of give a quick hint to how to tackle these problems in a very early childhood of a boy or say a girl? Because as Manavendra was mentioning, we are supposed not to tell these kind of incidents to anyone, even not to our mother, because I think every girl in our society or in our country they have harassed in some way, sexual harassment or assault or something, while traveling in trains, buses, schools, colleges, in streets, everywhere. Even they are not safe in their own houses or own neighborhood. So how do we tackle this problem? Like telling both girls and boys that respect each other as a human being, not something like for your pleasure, some object of pleasure or something. So can you please?
Wonderful question. I will request Dr. Chandra to be little concise because we are running out of time.
Already, Ankita given answer to her question, because the approach and attitude towards our daughter, towards our sisters, our wife, our mother should be changed. So in this class divided society, because I told that this society is divided in 1% and 99%. So in our society, we are being taught that women, the female, they are inferior to us. They cannot do many things like a boy, like a man. So this type of approach is coming from feudal approach, feudal culture. So in Indian perspective, this type of culture is prevailing in many states, almost in all these states to some extent. So this type of feudal culture we have to change by inculcating the culture of Renaissance movement. At least we have to inculcate the, again I am saying that the life of the Renaissance people, we have to involve both boys and girls in social movement. We should not discriminate boys and girls from their early childhood, because early childhood is very, very important. And all the parents, guardians should be very much vigilant about the behavior of their boys and girls. Of course, some sex education they can get from their uh, textbook, biology, of course, but it is not the only phenomena. So they must be involved in social activities, and the mothers or fathers, they must not discriminate the boys and girls. This is the main thing, and society at large should be changed. and punishment for the culprits, stringent punishment, must be ensured by social movement. Otherwise, this type phenomena will not be prevented.
Very well placed, Dr. Chandra. Actually, to Ankita, this
Thank
is
you.
exactly what we call patriarchy. And we know that Breakthrough Science Society is essentially trying to inculcate scientific bent of mind to fight against this kind of old age, middle age patriarchal mindset. Without the help of science, you cannot fight something which is unscientific. So obviously it is a question of how, to what extent we can fight patriarchal mindset. To that extent only we can liberate ourselves from these particular social discriminations. Okay, so I think we will go towards Devesh. Abhishek, maybe you write your question separately to me or to Dr. Chandra, and then we'll discuss because we are running out of time. So, Devesh, you have one question. So it would be nice if you can place it directly.
Yes, so I'll be very brief and wonderful. Like, this is a really wonderful webinar. I have learned a lot of things. So yeah, I'll be very brief. So my question is that like this you have said a lot of factors and which are very important to like the system, the culture and everything. But my question is that what is your viewpoint on the current frustration and the stress? Because I think the frustrations, the lifestyle and the stress is also governing the male, especially the male candidates towards pornography, towards any other like objectifying female and all these things. So this is like in certain years it has been a like a really problematic aspect in our current system. So I just want to know your view on that. Thank you.
It's a very good question, Devesh. After coming of mobile phone, smartphone probably, and net is available to all of us. So we are being isolated. Through social media, we are becoming unsocial every day. In our hostel life, college life, 4, 5, 6, 10 people, we are cooking together, we are taking dinner together, we are going to enjoy movie, we are going to see patients in slum areas, we are studying also together. But nowadays, the people are being self-centric. This society, the flow of society is, the society is telling, the system rather is telling that you are isolated. You try to shine in your life, you try to build your career to suppress your fellow. If you want to go ahead, then you have to suppress your friends. So this type of crisis, this is also a economic and followed by social crisis, which is indicating that you have to be one out of not 100, out of 1,000, out of lakh. So you have to be selfish. Since your class 5, class 4, class 7 standard of education, your mother is teaching you that you should not share your class notes to your friends. You should not help to your friends. And in later life, you are becoming self-centric. So you are becoming isolated. You are thinking that if you have enough money, if your father or parents have enough money, you are feeling that you are you have everything. You can buy anything, whatever you want. But you cannot think, you cannot imagine that you are becoming isolated from the whole society, and gradually you are being addicted to the mobile phone, pornography, or unhealthy things. So there is a huge strength of adolescent period of life. So we have to know how to utilize this strength, because you know that one river which is coming out from the mountain top, here it has immense power in it. it can destroy the villages during flood. And also, on the other hand, if you want to utilize it properly through this river coming from the mountain top, you can irrigate the barren land also. So our adolescent period is like that. It's full of energy. So you have to think the society, the system, we must have to decide through this energy, power, what we will do. We'll utilize it by seeing pornography. We'll utilize it by taking alcohol or going to pub, or we are we are engaging this energy, utilizing this energy in social activities, in some great activities, in playing football, in helping your neighbor, helping your friends. I think this will prevent you from your depression, your suicide, because the students of premier institutes are committing suicide every day. This is a big matter. It's a matter of concern also. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chandra. So we will go towards the closing session, but closing of the discussion. So I would like to just summarize in a sense, like obviously we can point out to 3 or 4 major factors as we have discussed so far as the root causes. First is obviously the flaw in our education system that does not impart ethics, morality, values, compassion towards fellow human being and society. This is first. It only makes us careeristic. We just study to earn a job, get some marks, and that's all. Second, obviously, the patriarchal culture, patriarchal mindset, which we call middle-age feudalistic mindset. Third one is dehumanize women, projecting women as object of pleasure. Women's body is now being used as commodity to earn profits. This is the third one. And fourth one, obviously, is the economic uncertainty, the stress individuals are facing, that making them unstable in their mental health state. And that's why many cases they are getting victim of this drug, alcohol, pornography, and all sorts of stuff which kind of exaggerate their animal instinctive behavior. And obviously, because of that, many of such rape and murders are occurring. Well, these are like the 4, let's say, different causes we have thought of, or we at least discussed today. Among all these things, if I now ask Dr. Chandra, that obviously we see the society is really going through something very wrong, something very critically wrong actually happening in the society. But does it mean in today's time, just looking at the protest we saw after Arjikar incident, like lakhs of men and women came to the street, that there is nothing on which we can rest our hope? Can we say that yes, although the society is essentially dwindling, but still there is a ray of hope on which we can rest ourselves? Can you please tell us on that?
Of course, this is a ray of hope. In every darkness, there must be a silver line. In Bangladesh phenomena also, we came to know that there also these students fought brilliantly. And in India, after this Arjikar incident, crores of people, they came to the streets, they are raising their voices against this injustice. And this type of involvement of especially the women is unheard of. I asked many people of 80 years, 90 years of old, they are also telling that this type of protest they never seen. Even pre-independent India and also post-independent independent India, people did not see this type of protest. So this is the hope from where we have to go forward. We have to organize people. We have to appreciate people. Yes, people can do anything. And of course, the state machinery, the ruler, they are they are afraid of this type of protest. Not only the state ruler, but also the central ruler, the government of India. Also, they are thinking that this type of phenomena, if happens every day, the people are coming to the states, lakhs of people. So this will be worrisome for them. So friends, my last appeal is our discussion will be successful if we try to do something for the society, if we do something for our fellow, and if we just keeping on protest against this type of injustice, whenever, where it will occur, will raise our voice. And of course, we are hopeful because we cannot, no ruler can crush the humanity. Humanity must be survived. Of course, we are seeing the dehumanization process, but the whole society cannot be dehumanized in a single time. So there will be some people, they will protest. And in the history, we have seen that the minority of the people, they lodged protest, they united the people against the ruler, against the military, and ultimately the united people's movement, the strength of unity of the people will change the scenario. This hope I also see.
Thank you, Dr. Chandra. So obviously we will be going towards the closing of the session. I understand there were many questions. Because of shortage of time, we will not be able to take them up. However, on behalf of Breakthrough Abroad chapter, we regularly discuss on these kind of issues that involves science, society, and so on. So if you have some more questions that were not answered, you can pass them to me, and then we will take up in some other discussion. Obviously, your questions will be answered. Now, to end, I want to make some remark and also an appeal at the end. So whatever we find is that even in the dark days of colonial India, the teachings and moral values of these great souls like Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Vidyasagar, Rabindranath, Jyotiba Phule, Savitribai Phule, Nazrul, Sharat Chandra, Deshbandhu, Bhagat Singh, Asfakullah, Chandrasekhar Azad, Netaji Subhash Bose were widely discussed in every home. Why they were so important? Because they were giving us the flavor of freedom, in the sense not from the British ruler, but also freedom from patriarchy, freedom from all sorts of feudalistic mindsets. And that actually empowered our youth morally. Today, however, the exploitative corporate or capitalist system and its protectors, the governments, are driving these great figures and their thoughts into oblivion, intoxicating the youth with alcohol, gambling, drugs, pornography, and whatnot. Women's body is now being made or used as commodity to earn profits. Women are projected as object of pleasure in movies, advertisements, social media, and internet, all over. As a result, the conscience is dying, humanity is fading, and the generation devoid of human values is emerging. And as a result, what we see today, the incidents like Arjikar. At the same time, various obscurantist and fundamentalist religious ideas are being propagated to keep the patriarchal mindset intact in the society. Many of the time we hear that people are actually committing this kind of crime because they don't have religious values, religious thoughts. It is not true, absolutely not true. No religion in this world actually talks about emancipation of women. No religion considers women as per men. Almost in every religion, it is even said like this: women are the gateway to hell. Obviously, in this particular With this particular mindset harboring by these religious people, you cannot emancipate women from this crisis. So, in a sense, what I wanted to say is that our education system being destroyed, making us self-centered, characteristic or careeristic machines or technocrat devoid of humanistic values will not going to solve the problem. We have to change our mindset, our social system as well. However, amidst all this, we see a glimmer of hope. Conscience and humanity are not entirely dead. People with goodwill, including youth and students, are standing up against atrocities and calling everyone to join this protest. We too could not remain silent as science scholars and science practitioners. We realize that when our children become inhuman, our conscience is tormented. We feel pain, we feel sorrow. Today, we must transform that pain and sorrow into strength and aspire to create a new society that will not dehumanize people, including women. It is to realize this dream that we have taken to the street after brutal murder of MBBS postgraduate student at Arjikar Medical College. We are determined to change this suffocating social condition. Let us unite students, parents, society alongside our educational institution, inspire our students with the life struggles of great thinkers, Renaissance thinkers, and build a team of volunteers who will stand up like warriors against any injustice, not just to protect women, but to protect humanity. Let us ensure that the ongoing movement never loses its momentum. We must not bow down to any political power or party and abandon this cause. We must remember that if we fail to bring exemplary punishment to all those culprits involved in this Arjikar incident and its cover-up, the future will be plunged into darkness. To protect our society from this social catastrophe, we must sustain and intensify our protest, movement, and struggle. For last 23 days, we have been trying to support every protest in every possible way we can. On 5th of September, the case will be taken up by Supreme Court. The protesting junior doctors of Arjikar Medical College have called for a demonstration on 4th of September from 9 to 10 p.m. Indian Standard Time. By turning off the electric lights and lighting up the candles in every household across West Bengal and India. And obviously, if it is possible, we also try to do that in abroad in solidarity to that move, which will be a symbolic protest to awaken the conscience of Supreme Court judges. We urge our members, supporters, friends abroad also to actively participate in this. Assemble at a place, switch off the lights, light up the candle, or flash your mobile light. Hold a placard saying justice for Arjikar, justice for Abhaya, and take a snap and post it on social media. Also send these photos to us so that we can bring these photos to the protesting doctors,
Yes,
so that they can get encouraged. With this appeal, we conclude the discussion. Thank you for your active participation and for joining us to strengthen the voice for justice. Good night, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night to everyone.